everybody, guess what time it is? It's time for story time with Yaya. Can you guess what book we're going to be reading today? Do you guys want to guess what book we're going to be reading today? I bet you all know. It is Monsters, Inc. We're going to have so much fun with this one. What do you guys think? Think it's going to be funny? I think they do. So before we get started, let's say hi to all of our friends. You remember Eleanor the elephant, Davy the duck, Fred the flamingo, Monty the monkey, Carl the cow, Darius the duck, Dominic the donkey, and Penelope the pig. We're all so excited to get started, so let's start. Remember, it's Monsters, Inc. Look, Yaya's got a suit just like Mike. All right, and here we go. Monsters, Inc. Monsters of all shapes and sizes lived in Monstropolis. The monsters kept their town running by sneaking into the human world and collecting screams from human children. Those screams were turned into energy, but Monstropolis was in the middle of an energy shortage and it was getting harder and harder to scare the children. Sully and his best friend Mike worked at Monsters, Inc. Sully was a scarer and Mike was his assistant. Together they collected more screams than any other scream team. Randall, who also worked at Monsters, Inc., he could blend into the background, making himself practically invisible. But Randall was the second best scarer at Monsters, Inc. He was always trying sneaky things to gather more screams than Sully. One day, Randall, Sully, and the other scarers stood in front of a row of doors ready to start work. Each door would lead them into a different child's bedroom in the human world. "May the best monster win," Sully said to Randall. "I plan to," Randall snarled back. Randall worked fast and scared lots and lots of children behind lots and lots of doors. And when Sully scared all the kids at the slumber party, he set a new scare record. Everyone congratulated him, except, of course, Randall. A scarer named George returned from a child's room with a sock stuck to his fur. Within seconds, special agents from the Child Detection Agency, known as the CDA, burst in and gave George a good cleaning. Monsters thought that children and their things were very, very toxic. After the workday ended, Sully noticed that the child's door was still out on the scare floor. He peeked inside but didn't see anyone. As Sully closed the door and started to walk away, he heard a voice. "Kitty!" A little girl was holding onto his tail. She wasn't scared of him, but he was terrified of her. Sully panicked. He tried to get the little girl back into the room, but she wanted to play. Sully finally managed to hide her in a duffel bag. Just as Randall walked by, phew, no one could know about the little girl. Human kids are not allowed in Monstropolis. Sully's secret didn't stay hidden for very long. When he stopped in a restaurant to tell Mike what had happened, the little girl got out of the bag. All the monsters in the restaurant screamed. Luckily, Mike and Sully whisked the girl away before the CDA agents arrived. With no other place to go, Mike and Sully took the little girl back to their apartment. Mike put on all the protective gear he could find, but Sully was starting to think that maybe the girl wasn't dangerous after all, and a very strange thing happened whenever she laughed. All the lights glowed brighter than ever. The next day, Mike and Sully dressed the little girl up like a little monster and went to work. Everyone at Monsters, Inc., and even the boss, Mr. Waternoose, believed that the little girl was a monster child. Mike and Sully heard Randall and his assistant talking about the human girl. Then they realized that it was Randall who had brought her to Monstropolis. Mike and Sully rushed into the scare floor, and Mike tried to send the little girl through the first door he saw, but Sully stopped him. "This isn't Boo's door," Sully said. Mike was shocked. Sully had named the kid. Boo wandered away while the two friends argued. As they searched for Boo, Mike and Sully discovered that Randall had a plan to solve the energy shortage. He was going to use a machine to suck all the screams out of Boo. Sully ran to tell Mr. Waternoose what Randall was up to, but Waternoose took Boo and pushed Mike and Sully through a one-way door into the human world. Waternoose was in all of Randall's wicked scheme. The monsters ended up on a snowy mountaintop. Mike was furious with Sully for getting them banished to the human world, but Sully was worried about Boo. He quickly made a sled and sped down the mountain to a nearby village. There, he soon found a kid's bedroom door and raced into the monsters' world. Sully arrived at Monsters, Inc. just in time. Boo was already attached to Randall's machine. Sully smashed the machine and ran off with Boo. Mr. Waterhouse ordered Randall to get that girl back. After a wild chase, Sully, Mike, and Boo escaped from Randall. Then they tricked Mr. Waternoose into talking about his evil plan. The CDA agents heard every word and took Waternoose away. Boo was safe. Mike had Boo's door waiting on the scare floor. Sully carried Boo into her room and tucked her into her bed. "Nothing's coming to scare you anymore," he said to the little girl. "Goodbye, Boo." Sully became the new boss at Monsters, Inc., and thanks to Boo, he had discovered that the children's laugh created even more energy than their scream. Instead of scaring children, the monsters showed up in their bedroom and told them jokes. Mike quickly became one of the company's top laugh collectors. The monsters were happy because the city had all the energy that they needed, and the children, well, they were happy because they weren't being scared at night anymore. And Sully was happy because he could visit Boo any time he liked. Do you see him standing at the door? Wow, that was exciting, wasn't it? I know I enjoyed it so much, and I'm sure you guys did too. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss out on any of the great stories I'm going to tell. All right? And we'll say bye to our friends for now. Bye, guys. Bye. See you next time. Bye. See you next time. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.